You're an idiot.
You can't do anything right.
What's the use?
Hi, this is Heather Pickin, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about how to reprogram your subconscious mind using self-talk. I'm going to give you 3 strategies that you can use, that you can implement right away. So first, let's define what is self-talk. Self-talk is that inner dialogue, which can be either positive or negative. Have you ever had a conversation with someone where you kind of like you're fighting back and forth and a lot of those thoughts are negative? Well, that is an example of negative self-talk. So I work with a lot of entrepreneurs. I work with them and helping them to grow and expand their businesses. I help them to expand their team. And each person I work with, whether it be a solo entrepreneur or a team member, if they don't have positive self-talk, and I mean, when I'm talking about positive self-talk, you're never going to think about positive thoughts 100% of the time. I actually did a video on it. I'll put the link below. There's actually a benefit of negative thinking. But what we're talking about, how can you take a person that is a low performance person to a high performer? How can you take yourself from earning more money? It really does start with your subconscious mind. When I work with my clients, especially if I'm working with them one-on-one, or if they're in one of my groups with the Vision Method Intensive, the foundation of my work is helping to shift their identity. Your identity comes from your subconscious programs. Now, from the age of 0 to 7, this is where most of your programs were formed. So if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're absolutely right. And so have you ever heard someone, and it's interesting because I work with very successful entrepreneurs, they will go back to those old programs, like if they have to spend money on something that they didn't want to, or they get a parking ticket. It could just be something very simple that sets them off. They will sometimes go back to their old programs.
Well, I'm always putting money out for this, or
Figures this would happen to me.
So at a very high level, it doesn't matter how much money you make. What happens is that your subconscious mind is running you. I've done several videos on this channel, how powerful your subconscious mind is. It's so powerful that it's running 95% of your actions, your behaviors, and your beliefs. So don't focus on your marketing. I'm not negating marketing, but what I focus on is reprogramming your subconscious mind. So let's look at why you would want to, if you're not convinced, why you would want to reprogram your subconscious mind. Well, anytime that you want to hit your monthly income goal and you feel that you're stuck, well, that would be one of the reasons why you would want to focus on your subconscious mind. We're going to talk about ways that you can reprogram your subconscious mind through self-talk. So again, why would you want to reprogram your subconscious mind? Attracting better quality clients that can actually pay. Reaching that income goal. What is your income goal? Is it 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000? I've worked with entrepreneurs at all different levels. I will tell you, the subconscious program, from someone that is just starting out to someone that's already making $1 million, it is wildly different. So guess what? If you want to jump to the next level of income, it has to come from within. You have to reprogram your subconscious mind. It is absolutely mind-blowing because your subconscious mind thinks in these images and words, and it will accept anything that you impress upon your subconscious mind. If you're not convinced, I don't know else how to convince you. But your subconscious mind, she is running the show. I really love this work because I can take someone, no matter where they're at, no matter how many years of programming they have, it is the willingness to work on these programs. Now, it is through the repetition that you can transform and transcend those subconscious programs. I had someone recently email me and they were thinking about taking the Vision Method Intensive, and they said, I've had years of programs that have been blocking me from taking action. And they said, you know, Is it too late to change? It's never too late to change, because what we know, what neuroscience has demonstrated, is that the brain is neuroplastic. And what that means is that the brain can literally change in milliseconds. Every time I think about that, it is mind-blowing. But why don't people change? They don't change because they don't have the tools, they don't have the right strategies, and then they give up too easily. Because what's happening is, if you're focusing on everything that's happening to you on an outer level, and let's just say you're focusing all on the marketing, but not on the inner marketing of your mind, can you see where you will get yourself stuck? For many years in my business, I really felt stuck with my thinking. I would spend so much money investing in my business, $5,000 over here, $10,000 over here. Nothing worked until I hired the right mentor, the right coach to really help me reprogram my subconscious mind. I started realizing that I was creating a language pattern of some of the things that I was saying to myself that was creating the results that I absolutely didn't want in my business. Now, here's the thing. Consciously, you can tell me you want to make more money in your business. Consciously, you can tell me, yes, I want to be more successful. But when we look in reality, when we look to see what's really happening, the results speak for themselves. So you have to look what is going on inside of your subconscious mind. And I can detect this, what's going on, when I do an assessment with new clients through their speech patterns. So what I want you to do is I want you to create an assessment right now. What are you saying to yourself all day long? What are those dominant thought patterns? This will give you insight to understanding what has been running you for so many years. That's why you can have a master's degree, you can have a PhD, but if you are not making the kind of money you want to make in your business, the intellect doesn't matter. What matters is your subconscious programming. What happens if you don't change your subconscious programming? What happens is you have what's called a feedback loop. So it thing that you're telling yourself kind of loops over and over again, like, I can't charge this, or I can't put this out there, or I can't grow my team, or why do I keep attracting the same people that are incompetent? Can you see how you keep wiring and firing that over and over again and over and over again? Also, the drawbacks of your inability to reprogram your subconscious mind will decrease your performance. It will also decrease your confidence levels. I know this personally. Every time I would try a new marketing strategy, the latest blingy, shiniest thing that didn't work, I would start beating myself up, and nothing changed until I started changing my inner game. When you change your self perception of how you see yourself, your identity, you will start shifting and attracting the people and the clients and resources to you. They were there all along, but what happens when you do that internal shift, it's like, it's a magnet. I absolutely love doing this with clients at all different levels. No matter if you're just starting out or pretty successful in your business, you've made at least 6 figures or more. At every level, I find that you're gonna have a subconscious block. Also, by not working on these subconscious blocks, what I find, it blocks your vision. If you see yourself as a visionary leader and you fail to work on your subconscious blocks, you will not have the kind of focus and creativity. You won't really sharpen and refine your vision. That is a big part of the work that I do. When you refine your vision and nothing is blocking you subconsciously, you can connect with the people and the resources. That goal that you put for that amount of income every single month, you will absolutely line up to it because the action feels effortless. So let's talk about the first strategy on how to reprogram your subconscious mind using self-talk. And this is what I call reframing. Reframing is retraining your brain. So for an example, let's just say you did not close the deal with the client and you have a tendency to beat yourself up. And what you say is, why did I blow that deal? Can you see how that also creates a negative feedback loop in your mind for you to expect that same result? So remember what I talked about is that you have to shift your identity. You have to shift your subconscious mind in order to get the outer results, in order to go to that next level in your business. So by reframing what you said is so key, because you want to create those patterns that stick instead of keeping yourself stuck. So what would be a reframe? A reframe could be something like catching yourself in the moment when you're beating yourself up and going, you know what? Next. Tattoo that word in your brain that is called next. Like imagine a screen on your mind that says next. I've actually have told clients to do that, and it's so cool because what happens when they start doing that, it's kind of like a little brain hack and helping them to reprogram their subconscious mind, is that it takes that negativity, it changes the meaning, it changes the how someone's perceiving something so that they can move forward. Not every person that comes across your radar is going to be a match. Or what if you invested thousands of dollars? I have so many stories of clients that have come to me that have invested 5,000, 10,000. I mean, the same thing that I have. It didn't work out in the past. If they're beating themselves up like, oh, I wasted all that money, and they're not reframing it and telling themselves, okay, what did I learn from investing money in X, Y, and Z? You've got to keep reframing that. You've got to come up with a phrase that resonates with you in order to change that subconscious pattern. It is through the repetition that your brain will change. Here's a little fun fact. When I interviewed Lynn McTaggart of the book, The Intention Experiment, it's an amazing book. She talked about Muhammad Ali, who was a boxer, and he would psych people out. He would do this subconscious mental reprogramming by telling his opponents he would knock them down in like round 4 or whatever round that was. He actually used this kind of phraseology that they called, I believe it was quatrains. So it's that repetition over and over again, over and over again. And so that mental imprint subconsciously will help you to rewire and retrain your brain. So think about what phrase you're going to use. How are you going to reframe the next time you lose a deal or the next time something doesn't work out? And this can work in any aspect in your life. So go ahead and comment below what you're going to use for your reframing. The next strategy that you want to think about is changing the meaning, the perception of how you're seeing the situation. Now, I love talking about business because I work with so many entrepreneurs, a lot of different organizations where, people that are in charge or have lots of responsibilities might be beating themselves up. And so when I'm talking about changing the perception, what you need to realize is that your perceptions are created by what you value the most. Now, in the Vision Method Intensive, I go through this. I go through how to identify what the hierarchy of your highest values are. And so you're building throughout your life this value system that you will beat yourself up automatically if you don't understand that filtering that's going on. So we have to shift your perception and give you a better way of looking at the situation. Now, I also did a video about benefits of negative thinking that you absolutely want to watch when this video is over. I go into why this is important, but we're going to be talking about positive self-talk. Now, again, you're not going to be thinking about positive all day long, but I want you to look at shifting your perception and how you're giving meaning to the current situation. So what you can do is you can talk yourself through, okay, what am I going to do differently next time? Or can I create right now in my perception and in my awareness a different strategy moving forward? You actually want to talk out that mental blueprint. And what's going to happen is that you're going to find that you're going to connect your intuition to help guiding you to problem solve. So that is the second strategy that you can implement to give you some feedback to help you to reprogram your subconscious mind, doing that specific dialogue of self-talk. The next strategy, number 3, what you can do in really reprogramming your subconscious mind using self-talk is out loud using what's called a journal prompt. A journal prompt is something that you will say that will invoke a response, a question, or some kind of meditative or mindfulness practice that will help you to reset that negative thinking, that highly charged, highly can't get out of your own head. So a journal prompt that you can write down. Think about the situation that you keep coming up against over and over again, over and over again. It could be something like, who do I need to become in order to attract higher paying clients that will value me? I want you to say that out loud. So you write it down in your journal. If you don't have a vision journal, that's actually my patent pending product. Or if you're not in the intensive, you can just take out a journal and write that down. I have a specific methodology that literally teaches you how to rewire your subconscious mind so that you can raise your value with your prices and also receive your value. But a journal prompt, when you're speaking that out loud, it's going to facilitate that part in your brain that will help you to change. It is through that repetition that is going to help you to rewire it over and over again, over and over again. Repetition is definitely going to help you. Using self-talk, what are you telling yourself all day long that is going to become impressed in your subconscious mind so that you can manifest that into your outer reality? You will align and attract those things to you that become your dominant thoughts. Just channel that energy from Muhammad Ali or anyone that you feel is inspiring, that uses some of the phrases that you resonate with. Find your avatar, find someone that you feel in alignment with, take some quotes and start looking or start doing those, start implementing those every single day. So if you found this video to be helpful, please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring that bell. You got to push that bell. You know why? Because if you don't push that bell, you will not be alerted to when my videos come out. And comment below. Let me know if this helps you. And if you're interested in signing up for the Vision Method Intensive, I have another group that's starting very soon. If this information resonates with you, if you realize that you're amazing at what you do, but you're in your own way, make sure you sign up for one of my one-to-one sessions where I can see if you're a good fit for the program. You can also go to sessionwithheather.com. I only let a certain amount of people every time I do the group. So if you love this content, it may be a great fit for you. Until next time, this is Heather Pickin, and live fearlessly.